If you are waiting for AI filmmaking to stabilize before you take it seriously, you are already behind. Chaos is a permanent state here. Tool churn is the new baseline. Every wave of filmmaking technology produces the same illusion, the belief that gear dictates the quality of the work. This proved false with digital cameras and color grading, and it remains false with generative AI. Right now, creators are trapped in a gearhead loop. New models, new explainers, new cinematic presets. You're upgrading tools faster than judgment. But when this underlying technology shatters, tool dependency becomes a liability. Your only stable asset is discipline. Later on, I will give you a 5-question field test to evaluate your own workflow. It will evaluate whether you are actually operating as a filmmaker or just collecting software subscriptions. Scrappy, indie-minded directors feel oddly at home in this environment. They have always worked with limited time, small budgets, and high uncertainty. AI simply took those constraints and moved them into the pre-production phase. Big-budget studio productions rely on financial abundance to control their outcomes. Indie productions rely on strict limits to define theirs. With generative AI, the feeling of infinite possibility quietly destroys your decision-making. When you can generate everything, you often end up choosing nothing. Rebel filmmakers impose constraints on purpose. You lock in a maximum shot count, commit to a fixed color palette, and enforce a hard deadline. These limits force authorship by removing the easy escape of one more reroll. AI becomes easier to control once you define exactly what it is forbidden to do. The second advantage is cheating. Traditional filmmaking uses day-for-night setups or fake locations as a standard practice. AI simply introduces new forms of this tradition. You composite a good product of several clips, or suggest motion through sound rather than full animation. You can let the sound design carry the weight when the visuals fail. You can cut away from the frame before the physical flaws become obvious to the audience. This shifts the quality bar away from technical perfection. You only need to know if the shot survives the cut. Imposing artificial constraints and utilizing these shortcuts allows you to reclaim total control over your narrative intent, regardless of what the AI model produces. The third advantage is momentum. Most AI creators lose their projects to optimization, endlessly tweaking a single prompt while the rest remains unmade. You must ship ugly versions early. Building rough animatics with placeholder visuals and temporary audio reveals the truth of the film. You can only fix the pacing and tone once the sequence actually exists. This leads to the fourth advantage, editing. The most effective AI filmmakers today come from an editing background. Their value lies in their ability to sequence and rhythm rather than prompt engineering. Editing treats generative clips as moldable clay. It ignores how a shot was made and focuses only on whether it serves the sequence. If it fails the story, you discard it. You use rapid cutting and rhythmic flow to mask visual weaknesses. This lets implication do the heavy lifting for the audience, filling in the gaps that the AI might have missed. Aggressive forward momentum and ruthless editing diminish the gap between high-end models and scrappy workflows. The power lies in the final assembly. Tools will improve and interfaces will get friendlier. However, cinema remains a medium of assembly. Algorithms generate frames, but filmmakers create sequences. This creates the discipline gap. AI removes the traditional excuses of budget and crew. You are left with your own ability to lock your intent and finish the work. Here is the field test. Answer honestly. 1. Do I limit my shots on purpose? 2. Do I prioritize edit flow over individual shot beauty? 3. Have I shipped anything in the last 30 days? 4. When a shot is 70% right, do I move forward? And 5. Could I finish my current project with the tools I have today without upgrading? Answering no to 3 or more of these questions identifies you as a collector. A rebel filmmaker is defined by their yes. Your assignment today is to give your current project 3 hard constraints. Set a strict runtime cap, a maximum shot count, and pick one element you are forbidden to change. Post those 3 limits in the comments below. Next time, we move from theory into the actual system. I will walk you through the pre-gen checklist, including the specific check you should perform to determine if a shot is actually necessary before you waste time generating it. Adopting this constraint-driven playbook is the only permanent defense against relentless tool churn. It ensures that you actually ship your films.